Pag-usapan natin tong number 1, fake news. No evidence of Christian weekly Sunday worship before the 2nd century AD. Alam po natin, mga kaibigan, ang Christianity at ang mga panahon ng apostol ay 1st century yan. No? From AD 30 hanggang 100 AD. Yan po ang tinatawag nating 1st century. Diyan daw sa time niya, mga kaibigan, mga kasama, diyan may ebidensya, nasa Bible, na ang mga Kristiyano tuwing Sabado nagsisimba. Samantalang nung 2nd century, matapos mamatay mga apostol, wala na mga apostol, tsaka lang daw nagkaroon ng Sunday worship. Sabi kasi ng fundamental belief ninyo, sa page 292, sabi, there is no evidence of Christian weekly Sunday worship before the 2nd century. Ano masasabi niyan, mga kasama? Totoo ba yan? O fake news?
Fake news
Pastor,
talaga yan.
Bakit, Pastor Dave?
Maliwanag na fake news yan. Kasi historically, ang Sunday worship, as a matter of fact, after Christ's resurrection, sa Matthew 28, they worship Him. So, they departed quickly from the tomb with fear and great joy and ran to bring His disciples word. Now, this is the 3 Marys, yung tatlong Maria. Pumunta sila sa tomb early in the morning. That's the resurrection day. That's first day of the week. Ito. And as they went to tell His disciples, behold, Jesus met them saying, rejoice. And they came and held Him by the feet and worshiped Him. Anong sabi niyo? Walang evidence. Right after the resurrection, the followers of Christ, disciples, worshiped Him. Now, verse 16, ito na ngayon. Yung tatlong Maria, pumunta na siya doon sa mga disciples that same day, that same morning. Then the 11 disciples went into Galilee to the mountain which Jesus had appointed for them. And when they saw Him, they worshiped Him. Anong sasabihin yung there is no evidence that worship was not done on the first day of the week?
Sunday yan, Sunday. Nung nabuhay siya.
Sunday.
Kasi Mary Magdalene, di ba? Yung binasa kanina ng pastor, nagpakita siya. At hindi lang doon nagtapos. Yung 2 disciple on their way to Emmaus. Nag-travel, sinamahan sila hanggang pag-uwi. Tapos nung nandun na sila sa table ng kainan, sabi nito, He took the bread and blessed it and breaking it. Yan ay, di ba yung kanyang, doon siya nakilala. And the eyes of them open and recognize Him. Di ba ito yung Lord's Supper?
Correct.
It reminds them of Lord's Supper. So, hindi lang sinamba si Jesus nung Sunday, nag-Santa Cena pa sila.
Nag-communion pa.
Nag-communion pa. Sunday. And then, pagkatapos, the disciples, nung evening, naulit-ulit, nung linggo rin, nung umaga nagpakita. Tapos, nung kinagabihan, nagpakita rin siya. Sa John 20:19-23, the first day of the week, Jesus came and stood in their midst. Peace be with you. And He breathed them and said to them, receive the Holy Spirit. O biruin mo, araw ng linggo, hindi lang siya sinamba, hindi lang nag-Santa Cena, doon pa tinatanggap yung Holy Spirit araw ng linggo.
Yes, talaga
Nagpakita rin si Jesus, sabi sa John 20:26-29, nagpakita siya sa 11 disciples.
Yes.
And after 8 days, yun Sunday, nagpakita ulit siya next Sunday. Sunday din yun Ba't Sunday siya nagpapakita, hindi Sabado? Yan ang tanong ko sa inyo, mga pastor.
Mayroong kasabihan sa English, action speaks louder than words. Mas matindi ang action kaysa sa salita. Bakit linggo minimit ni Christ ang mga disciples niya?
Yung tanong dyan
Bakit linggo? Bakit hindi Sabado? Now, kung ang Sabado ay importante pa sa New Covenant Church, dapat Sabado niyang minimit at binigyan ng instruction. Do not forget this day because this is the most important commandment of God.
Correct.
None of that statement and hindi siya nagpakita ng Sabado. Correct.
Kung ito ay moral law at importante pa hanggang sa New Testament, dapat Sabado siya nagpapakita. Sabado siya patay siya, nasa libingan siya ng Sabado.
Kaya, ang New Covenant talaga ay panglinggo. Wala na pong
Kasi kung ako si Jesus at kung ako si Jesus at gusto kong itaguyod pa rin Sabado, this is the sign of God between Him and His people. Bakit ko pipiliin ibang araw? This is my sign for my people, Sabado. So, dapat
Kasi-
Sabado.
Yes.
Di ba?
Alam mo,
O,
Dr.
di ba?
Ronald, Pastor
Pastor.
Barbaran, 40 days na natili si Christ before going up to heaven. 40 days. Ang 40 days na yan, at least mayroong 4 na Sabado dyan o 5 Sabado.
Oo nga.
No, yung 40 days na yon, yung 5 Sabadong yon sa loob ng 40 days, yun ang pinakang opportune time
Yan.
na idiniin niya sa mga disciples
Tama.
na remember this day because this is the most important commandment ang sinasabi
Tama.
ng mga Adventist. But never, hindi ginawa ni Kristo yun.
Oo
That
nga.
is the most opportune time for Him to instill in the minds of the apostles that Saturday is important and should be observed by them.
Nasa
There are-
Seventh-day Adventist Bible
Yes.
Student Source Book yan. Kung meron kayo ng Seventh-day Adventist Bible Student Source Book, tignan nyo sa 1406 Sunday and Sunday. Pero dito pinalalabas nila 2nd century. Mga Adventist naglagay ng 2nd century and Didache. Ang Didache po, 1st century yan. About 90 AD.
Yan.
Kasabayan ni Apostol Juan yan. Kung saan sinasabi ron sa Didache, sa 14, no? Verse 1-3. On the Lord's day, of the Lord to come together, break bread and hold Eucharist. And after confessing your transgression, that your offering may be pure. Yan, church manual yan. Panahon ni Apostol Juan. Yang Didache na yan.
Yan.
At sinasabi dyan, na on the Lord's Day. Itong Lord's Day na to, after the book of Revelation was written. Revelation 1:10, di ba nabanggit ni John?
Yes.
Ako'y nasa araw
I
ng
was in the
Panginoon.
Spirit.
I am the Lord's Day.
Oo
Ngayon,
nga.
sabi natin dyan, nung Adventist pa tayo, Lord's Day is Sabbath. Sabi sa Isaias, ang araw ng Panginoon, Sabado. Teka, sabi ko, parang mali. Kasi yon binabasa natin, Old Testament, before Revelation 1:10. Pero after Revelation 1:10, ayon din sa history, pag sinabing Lord's Day, lagi yan yung day ng resurrection ni Jesus, which is the first day of the week. Epistle of Barnabas, nandun din ho sa Seventh-day Adventist Bible Student Source Book. Etong si Barnabas ay pinaniwalaan ng maraming scholar after 70 AD sinulat ito.
Yes.
Na-witness niya yung paggiba ng Jerusalem. O buhay pa mga apostol. The present Sabbaths are not acceptable to me. Eighth day, that is the beginning of another world. Yung eighth day dito is Sunday.
Sunday, correct.
Sabi niya sa 9, wherefore we also celebrate with gladness the eighth day, hindi 7th day, kundi
Correct.
after 7, 8, which is Sunday.
Oo.
We celebrate with gladness the eighth day in which Jesus also rose from the dead. O ito, before 2nd century ito.
Kahit na yung kanilang top scholar, si Bakyoki. Ano ang sinasabi ni Bakyoki? Ito, pakinggan ninyo mga kapatid. Sa kanyang email message sa Free Catholic mailing list noong 1997, ito ang sinabi niya. I differ from Ellen White. Italaban pa si Ellen White. I differ from Ellen White, for example, on the origin of Sunday.
Oo
She
nga.
teaches that in the first centuries, all Christians observed the Sabbath, and it was largely through the efforts of Constantine that Sunday keeping was adopted by many Christians in the 4th century. My research shows otherwise, sabi ni Bakyoki.
Oo
If
nga.
you read my essay, How Did Sunday Keeping Begin?, which summarizes my dissertation, you will notice that I placed the origin of Sunday keeping by the time of Emperor Hadrian. Kailan si Emperor Hadrian, mga kapatid?
Second
Emperor
century.
Hadrian ruled AD 135. So that claim that there is no evidence that they worship on Sunday prior to 2nd century, that is a fake news.
Ito yung sumunod na
Marami
point dito. Sabi rito, but the evidence indicates that by the middle of that century, some Christians were voluntarily observing Sunday as a day of worship, not a day of rest. Ito maliwanag to. Once and for all, mga kasama, mga kaibigang Adventist, hindi porki pinagtatanggol namin na Sunday na po ang pagtitipon, ang pagsamba ng mga Kristiyano ngayon, tinuturing naming Sabat,
Correct.
rest, ang Sunday. Tandaan nyo
Oo
mo,
nga.
hindi namin
Oo
tinuturo
nga, no?
sa inyo na ang Sunday ay Christian Sabbath. Hindi ganyan. Mali po yan.
Mali.
At kayo na
Oo.
rin mismo, dito sa inyong libro, sinasabi ninyo, they voluntarily observe Sunday. Hindi dahil inutusan sila.
Correct.
Kasi tatanungin tayo, saan nyo mabasa sa
Tama.
Bible na inag-utos si Kristo? Ang tunay na Kristiyano hindi na kailangan utusan. So the Christians are voluntarily observing Sunday as a day of worship, hindi day of rest. Kaya minsan may mga nagtatanong kasi sa atin mga Adventist, saan mo mabasa sa Biblia na ang Sabado pinalitan ng ang Sabat na linggo? Hindi nga Sabat na linggo eh. Sabi ni sa libro nyo, basahin nyo page 292, ang mga Kristiyano ng 2nd century, yan ang inamin yan ng libro nyo. 2nd century, wala pang Pope niyan. Wala pang Pope niyan. 2nd century pa lang yan. Wala pang Roman Catholic niyan. Ay, may mga Kristiyano na voluntaryong nag-observe ng Sunday as a day of worship. Pero ang mga Kristiyano na yun, ay mismo sa libro nyo, hindi nila tinuturing na Sabat ito o day of rest.
Correct.
Nagtatabaho pa rin sila dito.
Correct.
After this, hindi ito day of rest.
Opo.
Kaya iba po yung, magkaiba talaga totally yung Sabbath, which is a day of rest, at saka Sunday. That is totally, essentially, the difference between Sabbath and Sunday.